sun, sand, sea, drone. What more could you want? Hi, we're in Cleethorpes. It's sunny, it's quite cold still, it's a little bit like kind of windy. The camera blew over when we tried to film just a second ago, but hopefully we've got it all sorted. Basically, we're taking the Zino 2 out for its first flight. I have to say I'm not impressed so far. It's got a U3 card in there. I had problems starting the recording on the drone, so I had to basically stop, format it about 600 times. It's definitely a U3 card in that drone. Anyway, it seems to be happy to record now. I've set up all my settings, I've got it in 4K 60. I've turned off the HD mode for the FPV, because it can't do HD FPV and also 4K 60. So hopefully we're all set. Well, I'll start recording on the drone. So it's saying SD card check passed. That's nice of it, isn't it? It didn't pass the other 2 or 3 times that I tried it out, but anyway, basically let's take it up. Yeah. So it really moves around in the air. It really moves around. Let's see. I tell you what, I watched other reviews and they said, you won't believe how much. I know it's windy today, but the Femi just does not move around. I mean, we're going to attempt to do another video. I want to show this to you on camera, really. Let me try and bank it across. But it just doesn't hold its position. It's got optical flow sensors. It's got everything that it should need to hold around, but I really didn't believe people when they said, oh, it doesn't hold its position, but it really doesn't. It really doesn't. I don't know if you can see that. But basically, there's the drone. But yeah, I mean, it's got optical flow sensors under there, but it doesn't seem to want to do it. So let's see how we get on. Let's take it up. Stop recording already. Stop recording on the drone already. So I got it in video mode. I'll tell you what, compared to the Femi, this drone will drive you mental. It stops recording unexpectedly when you don't realize it. It blows around all over the place. I must admit, so far, I'm so glad I got a Femi X8 SE 2021. I just haven't been impressed with this Hubsan at all. But we'll give it a try. We'll see how we get on. We'll try out some of the features and have a bit of a fly around, see what the filming quality's like. So let's take it up. Let's take it up now. Get it away from us so we can't hear it. And basically we're go up to about 50 meters. We'll take a look down the beach. But yeah, I mean, I would say it's the hassle. The drone is just very, very awkward to work with. So it's just come down a little bit. And then what we want to do is we want to sort of sweep along the beach here. But yeah, I just, from the beginning of playing with this drone, I've tried to be really fair to it, but it just cancels recording. I've got a feeling that the watermark is back on the video. I can see it in the corner of the screen down there, which is really annoying. I mean, you don't want a watermark on your screen, do you? From, because Hubsan has basically made you put that on there. So, I'm going to stop the recording again. I'm going to go into this. I'll try and stop the recording again. It's just not a very. It's a frustrating drone. That's what I will say to you. The annoying thing is, I watch reviews and people said, "Oh, it's really good," and it just is frustrating. In fact, the button's not even working now. Going to settings, you can't obviously change the settings while it's going. But how do you turn off? I mean, it's not letting me turn off the recording. Yeah, a very buggy drone, I'd say. Very buggy. It's blipping. I can see the drone down the beach, and I've got line of sight. My antennas are pointed directly at it. To be honest with you, you know, I'm sort of, you know, semi attempted to try and return this drone. It's just not. Yeah, it's very disappointing because, you know, I buy these drones with my own money. No one's provided these drones to me, so you know, you've got blipping on the FPV, which you'll be able to see when we do that. But yeah, I mean, yeah, a real disappointment. And I've watched reviews where they say, oh no, it's a really good drone, and yeah, I'm so glad I got the Fimi, really. But yeah, look, basically the Zino is put a watermark on there. I can't get the watermark off, right? I mean, what I'm going to do is I've gone down the beach. It's blipping. I don't really have total control of it. We've got down the beach though. I mean, it is sort of doing it. Let's go down the beach and turn round. But yeah, I mean, it's one of those drones that you really want to like because it's quite big, it's quite cool, it looks like a good drone, but yeah, just nothing so far has been very easy with it. I mean, you know, the Fimi is just fantastic in comparison, like so good. I've watched a lot of reviews on this. Maybe I've just got a bad one, but yeah, it just is not performing at all as I expected it to perform, really. Maybe it's the SD card, but we've got a decent U3 SD card in there, and it's not behaving. So I don't know. Very difficult. I don't think it's even doing the controls properly. I'm gonna get it to return. I set in the settings. I've got it set to precision landing. I did do a landing test before and it didn't manage to do it. So let's see if we can do it again. But what I'm gonna do, I think, is I'm gonna get it back down. I'll try and do a droney with it. I'll try and do a few of the features, but so far I just, you know, it's such a buggy drone. Maybe I've got a bad one, I don't know, but you know, I have watched other reviews where they've said there's problems with the SD card, and of course you watch these reviews and you think, oh, it's probably not that bad. But I tell you, the worst thing with these sort of things, because you've got a certain amount of battery life, you've got a certain amount of time in the day, you know, you want to get out and get good filming done, you need a drone that just kind of does what you want it to do. And you know, the Mini 2 and the Fimi X8 SE, yeah, the Mini 2 I'd prefer over the Fimi, but I would say both of them are reliable. You get them out, they do their job, and they absolutely get the quality footage that you want. On this, I would say I'm struggling to see on the screen what I want to be able to see, which I can't really make it out. And I don't think it's down to the conditions. I don't think it's because it's sunny, because I've been out in high sun in Bulgaria. I've been out in the sun in the winter here, and I've never had these issues. I find it very difficult to see what's going on the screen. So what we're going to do, I think, is bring the drone back down. We'll try and do some sort of flying around the area, see if we can get like something out of this drone, but so far I'm very disappointed. And I'll set it to like know where the pad is. I've been through the settings, I've had a look at everything like in quiet time, and yeah, I'm not happy at all. It's just nowhere near the pad. I know it's windy, so I'm not necessarily blaming it for not being able to land on its pad, but you know, you can't even turn the record button wasn't working. The record button's not working. I mean, how can you know, you can't have a situation where you can't turn off your recording. That's kind of crazy, isn't it? So anyway, I want to continue recording at the moment because it might not start again. But yeah, basically, let's put it back on the pad. It obviously didn't get anywhere near. Let's just check the settings again, because I want to make sure that we've got it set. So it's got GPS takeoff. I just want to have a look in here. Right, it's gone back into HD mode. You know, I'm really confused by this drone. That's the thing. I don't know what's going on. I am confused. I'm doing things on the controller, and it's not behaving as you would expect it to. Search apronlet. So I've got that setting turned on. You can see that's turned on. That's the intelligent landing. Let's come back out of there. Let's have a look at the settings for the video. It's gone into 1080p mode. It's in 1080p. I mean, it's just ridiculous. Right, let's see if we can turn off the recording again. We can. It should be in 4K. Right, it should be in 4K. Right, it now should be 60 frames a second. It's gonna complain about not being able to do the FPV. Right, that's fine. We set the settings there. Right, we've turned on the recording. No, sorry, we want to turn off the recording again because I don't want their watermark on my video. I mean, I wouldn't want to advertise this if I was them. Do you know what I mean? Yes. Right, so I've turned off their watermark. I've turned on the video. Right, I'm going to do a takeoff again. And also, I've noticed on my one, there's something wrong potentially with the back motor. The back right motor in this motor over there, there's something not right about that. Right, so hopefully we're in 4K 60 now. We were in 1080p before, so that was ridiculous. Okay, right, I think I'm going to attempt to do a droney. So I'm going to turn the drone round. I'm going to bring it down. I mean, it's all over the shop, this drone, I tell you. It is really alright. You can see me on the camera, right? So now I think you've got to stop the recording again. You've got to go into the creative video mode, right? It's moans about the altitude. That's fine. We can deal with that. We're above 5 meters. Creative video. It's gone down again. The trouble is, it doesn't hold its height. It just doesn't hold its height. I'm gonna have to go slightly higher than that. Can you even see me now? Because it's moved around. Honestly, this is one of the most annoying drones you'll ever. You know, I try and give fair reviews as well, to be honest with you. I don't like to, you know, you get a lot of reviewers, I think, who will always see the best in a drone. Right, so, okay, I'm setting that. You've got to draw a box around yourself, which has now worked me out, so that's kind of clever. It's turned itself. You tap go, and it should record me, hopefully in 4K 60. But yeah, I mean, it's a very frustrating drone. I'm almost certain that I'm going to send this drone back because maybe I've just got a bad drone, I don't know. But it doesn't feel right to me. It's doing its droney, it's going away, it's doing whatever it does. But yeah, as opposed to the Femi and the Mini and the Air, where you get it out and it's a joy to fly, this just doesn't feel like a joy. In fact, it's stopped recording now, so you've got to turn back on the recording. That does, it's saying, hang on a minute, it has stopped recording halfway through doing that droney. Because it's saying, I'm not finished. Right, shooting, finish, returning, but it wasn't recording. I mean, you can't, it's just ridiculous, isn't it? That is ridiculous. And, I don't know, that's annoying. That is really annoying. It's returning back though, so that's quite cool. But will it return? Yeah, it's kind of return. Right, so let's just check our settings again. We're in 4K 60. Let's start the recording on the drone. Right. To be honest with you, I'm struggling to find sort of like, good points to this. Right, I'm going to try and have a fly around. And I'm going to have to worry about the height, keep the height up a bit from the sort of like, I believe these are salt flats or salt area, I don't know. Lots of birds under there, it's quite cool, isn't it? But yeah, I mean, it's very, very frustrating, I would say, very frustrating. We're getting breakup in the FPV again. Yeah, I don't know. It's just, yeah, very frustrated. I really wanted to try out like some of the advanced features as well. Maybe we can go up a bit, and we can try and sort of do the waypoints mode or something like that. So let's have a look in here what we've got. It's just, what I would say about it is it feels very buggy. Please adjust the map. Right, so I think you can draw your waypoints. So let's say we're here, let's dry up there, and then you got your waypoint, right, and then you submit it to the drone, and I think the idea is that you then say done, and you say waypoint mode okay, right, and then I think you can come out of that, and then it should be doing its waypoint mode. So let's see, yeah, it is in waypoint mode and it is doing it. But what I would say is it's just a very frustrating drone. Like, maybe I have a bad one, I don't know. Maybe people can put in the comments below if they've had a better experience with it. But yeah, to me, you know, the motor doesn't seem right. There's something about when it starts up, the back right hand propeller is sort of like a bit wonky there. So let's hope it doesn't fall out of the sky or so, you know, just kind of, it didn't seem right when it started up, and it did it like several times on takeoff. So yeah, we're just gonna have to see what it does now. So it's flying back towards us. Now what's it gonna do? Is it gonna go off and do these waypoints? I mean, maybe I don't understand how the waypoints work, but it just doesn't, I don't really know where it's going. Let's have a look on the map. So it's going over to the leisure centre. It's at 30 metres height, so it's still quite high. So, right, I can see it turning. I think you can set the heights actually, so let's have a look at well, it's just gonna do it, innit? Right, let's go back. Right, so it's flying over the beach. Right, you know, we're quite high. It should go out towards the sea now. To be fair, I think it is doing what it's been asked to do now, but I don't know. It moves around in the air. It doesn't hold its position. It struggles compared to the Femi. I would say the Femi is you know, I always like when in the comments people say to me, oh, you know, you're a big DJI fanboy kind of thing, and you know that the Femi is, you know, like I give the Femi a hard time, but it's close to the air. You know, the reason I compare the Femi to the Mavic Mini and the Mini 2 is more about the price than to do with battery level's only 40%, but it should be able to do what it's doing. I think it's coming back down the beach now. The reason I compare the Femi X8 to the Mini 2 is because when I was starting the channel and I needed a drone, you know, I bought a Mini to get into like kind of flying. You know, I'd had kind of rubbish drones that just didn't do much. You know, you kind of fly it up, crash, that's that. And the the Mini 1 was great. And I thought, wow, it just sits in the air, it just does everything I want. And we did the channel and we got a Femi X8 SE, and we knew it wouldn't be as polished as the DJI, and I don't think it is, but it feels so much more polished compared to this Hubsan, really. So, you know, maybe I'm being unfair with it, but it's just little niggles, like if you can't rely on it to be recording, you know, you started recording and you didn't know it had stopped. It moans about the SD card when we've got a good SD card. So, you know, I just sort of think you can't, you know, it's a bit crazy really. Right, we'll give it, we'll get it to come back. It's back now, it's finished. I think it's nearly finished its waypoint mode. We might come out of that actually, because it's kind of done what I asked it to do. What I want to do now is just, I wonder if I can try out the following mode. And there's a couple of things you can do with this. I don't know about if you can do this with the Femi, but I'll try in another video. You can get it to active track you. Right, say understood. Right, so I think I need to drop the camera. Where am I doing? I'm dropping the camera down, I think. I need to find me on the ground. Let's bring me down a bit. Bring it down. Right, it can see me. Right, I think it needs to probably be a bit closer. A bit closer to me. Hang on, go forward a bit. Right, what I want to do is I want to active track me. So it's got me, right? Now I should be able to walk away from the camera. In fact, I'll go over here. I'll go over here. Now this should track me. Hang on, go. No, so hang on, maybe that was user error. I think that was user error, right? Okay, so hang on, stop a second. Hang on, let's do it again. Let's active track me again. Following mode, active track, understood. Right, go. Right, now I'm going to walk this way. Is it tracking me? No. Now that's annoying. That is annoying again, that's really annoying. So maybe it needs to be a bit closer to me. I don't know. Maybe it needs to be a bit closer. I don't know, maybe a bit closer there. Let's try it again. The battery's not good. But basically, click go. Oh no, it's picked up on the camera. Right, I need it to turn it round. I need to put it round me. Do you know, it's just so frustrating. Don't show again. Don't bother again. Nah, I mean, right, here we go. Put it round me. Click go. Right, here we go. Right, it flew towards me then. Right, whoa. To be honest, it was in danger of hitting the camera then. It really moves around, this drone. So, is it go? Click go. Right, so it should be active tracking me now. I think it is. I think it's working now. I think it is working. That is working. And potentially it might have even been a bit better than the Femi there. Yeah, so it's tracking me. I'm happy with that. But there's another cool feature. You can get it to track you using your GPS signal, right? So that basically is based on your mobile. So what you do is you kind of like, it should track this, it should track the controller basically. So as I'm moving around, it should track the controller. The problem with that is it's kind of not pointed in the right direction, which is a bit of a shame. But anyway, it's getting to low battery now, so I think we're not going to get much more than that. I don't know what the footage will have been like. We'll have to see. I'm just very confused about the way it controls. So anyway, stop that. I think that's why. I'm going to bring it back down because, hang on. It's you know, just not as maneuverable as something like a Mini. The amount of times I've nearly clattered into the pram or me. I mean, Emily's not in the pram, so that's quite good. But the amount of times, I don't know. It's just not, yeah, and also it doesn't really want to land. See, I want to land it, and it's like, I don't really want to land, and eventually it's landing. Yeah, I don't know. Right, so, I don't know about, well, I might continue recording for a second. Yeah, it just is, it's not great, is it? It's not great. It just, there we go, let's see if we can pan around, see the area. Probably didn't get to see much of it from the, it's actually the camera's pointing down. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe as time goes, I mean, I think there might be an issue with the motor anyway. We might have to return it just because of that. I'm going to turn it off. Yeah, but basically, I think the issue is around. So I think we got a problem around here. When it starts up, this motor just feels wrong. I don't know. It doesn't look bad. It's just there's something not. Don't know. It's not quite right, and yeah, maybe that explains some of it. I don't know. So I basically, I don't know. I think it's a bit of a disappointment, really. I was quite looking forward to this, but it has kind of proven to me that when I was making a decision between the Femi X8 SE 2020 and whether I should get the Hubs and Zino 2, this is a 2 Plus because they've released a newer model since then. It just feels that I made the right decision. It feels like the Femi was the better choice, and actually was probably the, you know, I definitely did the right thing. So yeah, it's a bit of a disappointment. It may just be that model, it may just be that one, so you know, we'll probably have to return that, but because it just doesn't, there's something wrong with that motor on the back at least. But software wise, I have read that there are problems around the SD cards, and it not accepting certain SD cards. So and you know, people who've, you know, used an SD card in it, it's been fine. You know, I mean, actually just before we started the film, I had real problems trying to get it all working. So yeah, so that's a disappointment really. We gave it a good go. We did try out a couple of features, the waypoint mode, the droney. We tried out the active track there, and it kind of worked. So you know, I don't know. That's a bit of a shame really. But anyway, you know, thanks very much for watching. I hope you got some use out of that. I'm not sure I did. but thanks very much for watching. If you like these videos, please press the like button. If you can, please subscribe. And thanks very much for watching. Really appreciate it. I'll see you again in the next one.